Hello everyone, I am Neoxenok, and this is my Let's Play of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, my PvP matches. So yeah, the video, Neoxenok sucks because this displays, well, me not being good at the game. So I believe this is the only fight I had with this individual person. So usually when I don't know, there really is no usually with this kind of thing. So, because usually when I get into a match that I don't believe I have any hope of ever winning, it's usually the one and only. I'll usually refuse matches after that. So, and that's just... because it isn't very fun. So mostly just me trying to make sure I match with people with my own relative skill level. Because in terms of me getting better at this game, it's not going to do me any good just getting my butt kicked from one end of the map to the other. Because I can't... There's no way to assess things that work versus things that don't work, because even the things that work is still going to make me lose, and no matter what I do. So, getting better at the game, for me at least, or at least what I generally try to do, is to find people who are closer to my skill level, because then I can, you know, when I get better, it has a very visible result. Or at least I can go back and see, oh, hey, yeah, here's what that person didn't do. And it's just more easy to see where people's limits are, and I can even see that when people fight me, when if I'm beating them quite a bit. And then I stop beating them as often, and then it becomes more even. So yeah, and of course beating a created character with Toa is a flex, because while Toa has, at least in my opinion, some very good combos, I really like using her, but she doesn't really have any supers, ultimates, or other skills that make fighting with her any easier. I mean, she's one of those characters who's not very good, and it's one of the, well, it's one of the things that's holding her back from being truly great. She really needs to be a character with she really needs to be a mentor character, in my opinion. So yeah, Crowfather here, I have quite a few fights in this in this video. But of course, there's kind of a problem with my method of trying to get better, and that big one is that even if I win 10 out of 10 times, I still generally see myself as being equal with that person. If I fight a person 10 times and lose once, it feels like I lost 9 times and only won once because I was allowed to win. So, and that's really not a very good attitude to have, but try as I might, it's not really something I've been able to help. So I've tried getting better at that, but it's not something that's gone well for me. And of course, it doesn't help that a lot of the people who I know are regulars at this game and are really good are also on the EU server. And even if I was their equal, the lag and latency is so atrocious that it's no. It just wouldn't make it worthwhile, in my opinion, because it would be too many of those PvP fights would be either lost or won by lag, and that's not the way to play. So, oh yeah, this character, I think her video on YouTube would have gone out already because I've already put it up on YouTube at this point, but this is Pestilence. And yeah, that was 2 entire bars of health. And people wonder why I'm not too into playing certain players. But at the very least, I gave him at least a few honest shots, not that it really mattered, because, you know, I got crushed horribly. So, and you can already kind of tell, yeah, I'm pretty much just have given up at this point. So any actual fighting I'm doing is pretty much just perfunctory, just doing the bare minimum. So I'm fairly certain there's a no means no video or a stop trying video or something to that effect where I do my last fight with him. So yeah, selected a completely random character in this case, completely wasting my stamina. It doesn't look like he's even been able to tell the difference between this level of fighting I've done and the my fight from 2 fights ago. So yeah, he seems to be fighting just fine. Well, at least he's able to. Seems to be able. I think he's able to tell something might be up, but But I mean, even if I wanted to continue the fight, I've got so little health that it would basically be pointless at this point. It's usually the point in which people decide to say, "Hey, why aren't you fighting?" It's like, well, why would even if I would, why would I even try at this point? I have no health. So yeah, I think this person is just trying to flex on me because it's not difficult for some people to do. So yeah, in fights like this, when you win, it's not really an accomplishment. When you lose, you know, lulz, you got beaten by a Cyberman. So there's not really any point into trying in any fight that's like that. So even if that person is like a much more skilled player than I am, it's like, you know, who cares? You beat a Cyberman with a much better character. That's why I think that's why Change the Future is a good skill. Honestly, I haven't used it that often, but I believe it's actually a slightly better version of the much more popular similar skill from Cooler, Shadow something. So yeah, and as you can see, I am putting effort into it, but can also apparently just hit me from wherever. So yeah, although this is probably a far more embarrassing loss right here. I mean, people generally know Hit as the best character to play in the game. Mentor Hit even better. So I mean, anytime you select that character, it's people usually seem to assume that you're making a statement. Either you're going to try to go full try hard against someone, or I don't know. Basically, it's like you're not going to have a good. It doesn't say anything good about the person playing Hit. Pretty much, no matter what your motivation is. So it's like I genuinely feel sorry for people who just like the character and want to play Hit because he's cool. Because because he is the best character in the game, it says something when you're playing as him. It says a lot more when you lose as him, because it's like, oh, you're so terrible you can't even win as Hit. That kind of thing. Or when you make very, very stupid decisions like what I just did right there, but that's the nature of the game. So at least I had the appropriate response at that point. So, and that looks like the end of that. All right. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Take care and see you next time.